Hello, welcome to Jeddah, where the AFC Champions League Elite quarter-final lineup will be completed as Saudi Pro League title holders Al Ittihad take on Al Wahda of the United Arab Emirates. Decent conditions in Jeddah, as always, a warm evening, temperatures in the mid to high 20s throughout. This is the last of the round of 16 matches, and these clubs have had to wait a long time to play this tie. It's a one-legged fixture. This round of the West region incorporated into the AFC Champions League Elite Finals for the end of this season after it was originally postponed due to events in the area. And we've seen some drama already over the past few days. Both of Monday's matches had to be settled beyond the regulation 90 minutes, waiting in the quarterfinals a Japanese side Machida Zelvia in a game that will be played on Friday. Al Ittihad playing on familiar ground. The King Abdullah Sports City Stadium is one of two venues used by the club, and that worked out well for reigning champions Al Ahly yesterday, also their home stadium when they overcame Al Duhail. Also through Al Sadd, who knocked out Al Hilal on penalties, and Shabab Al Ahly. Well, Al Ittihad have not hit the heights of last season domestically, so this is very much the focus now. Last season's title holders changed head coach not long into the season. Sergio Conceição coming in for Laurent Blanc. With 6 games left in the Saudi Pro League, their chances of retaining the title are long gone. That's the same situation for Al Wahda, who sit 5th in the UAE Pro League with 4 matches remaining, but we do have a League Cup final to come. Crowd filling up nicely. Be dominated by Al Ittihad fans, and they'll be hoping that home advantage, as it is tonight, will take them over the line. The two-time Asian champions, after winning back-to-back titles in 2004 and 2005. It's been some time since their last triumph at this level. Sergio Conceição believes they can do it. Al Wahda's best performance in this competition was in 2007. They reached the semi-finals in a previous iteration of the AFC Champions League. The competition is always evolving. Today's announcement of plans for the AFC Champions League Elite to expand from 24 to 32 clubs from next season, with 16 sides competing in the East and West Region League stage. More on that a little later. Players assembling in the tunnel. These two clubs have already met this season. It may feel like a while ago now. Both head coaches have changed since the opening match day of the league stage. Al Wahda were 2-1 winners at home back in mid-September. Steven Bergwijn had put Al Ittihad ahead before Mohamed Al-Shiketi was sent off in the first half. The United Arab Emirates club took advantage with goals from Caio Canedo and Lucas Pimenta. And bringing the noise in this vast arena. A difficult season for supporters of Al Ittihad. They've been up and down for a few campaigns now after their title-winning season in the Saudi Pro League last campaign. Actually in danger at the moment of their lowest league finish since 2020. Al Wahda do still have honours to play for in their domestic league in the United Arab Emirates. Ittihad got to this stage by finishing 4th in the West region with 5 wins and 3 defeats. They finished strongly though with a 3-game winning streak and 11 goals in their final 2 matches. Al Wahda finished a place below with 4 victories, 2 draws and 2 defeats. In contrast to today's opponents, they started well, but faded as the league stage went on. They are without a win in their last 3 AFC Champions League matches. Just a few moments away now for the players entering this arena. It's there of Fabinho, captain for Ittihad, still very much part of the Brazil setup. Carlo Ancelotti's plans for the FIFA World Cup coming up now in just a couple of months' time. Neither of these clubs in the best of form. Now Wahda without a win in 5. And Ittihad is struggling recently as well. 4 defeats in their last 5 in all competitions. They can put that all aside tonight as they return to continental action. A place in the quarter-finals awaits. We must embrace the dream and ambition of our fans, said Ittihad head coach Sergio Conceição ahead of this AFC Champions League Elite round of 16 tie with Wahda in Jeddah. But he acknowledged the challenges they face against the UAE Pro League side. It's been a season of change at both clubs. They'll be finishing the campaign with different head coaches than they started with. Now Wahda boss Darko Milanic back in charge for a second spell, and while Sergio Conceição said they have to be realistic about their chances, Milanic has been in more confident mood and believes he has the quality in his squad to knock out the Saudi Pro League side on their home turf. Pleasantries almost over. The pre-match nerves settling in. Ittihad and Wahda in the last of the round of 16 matches of the AFC Champions League Elite Finals. Machida Zelvia of Japan waiting in the quarter-finals. Compared to their last Saudi Pro League match, a 4-3 defeat to Neom, Sergio Conceição makes 3 changes to his starting 11. In comes Stefan Keller, Mario Mitai and Musa Diaby, with Jan Carlos Simic, Faisal Alhamdi and Roger Fernandez dropping to the bench. Youssef El-Naziri will be supported in attack by Hossam Aouar, the competition's joint top scorer with 6 goals. The on-field match officials are from Uzbekistan, Is Tantashev is the referee in charge. Without a win in 5 matches, Wahda head coach Darko Milanic makes just one alteration to their last UAE Pro League game. There's a return to the starting lineup for Argentinian midfielder Facundo Krushki, with Gaston Suarez named as a substitute instead. A lot of experience in attack, with ex-Belgium striker Christian Benteke leading the line, with former Serbia international Dusan Tadic pulling the strings. A glimpse there of Hotham Aouar, one of the outstanding players in this season's competition, with 6 goals. Joined by Ittihad from Roma in 2024. Aouar was itching to go there, barely stand still. He took in the pre-match ritual from the fans. Wahda, though, very much hoping to spoil the party. It's a raucous occasion inside this stadium. We are ready to go. Be Ittihad to get this round of 16 match underway. So the Saudi Pro League title holders for just a little while left. Attacking from left to right as we look. And a little bit of pressure on Sergio Conceição. Took over in October following Laurent Blanc's departure from the club. He led the side to the title last season. Blanc was in charge when these two sides met on the opening match day. Ittihad back in the side tonight. Aouar. First attack in with real intent as well. Being held up by Pimenta. Cross from Mitai. And for a throw. Positive start though from what's not necessarily meant to be the home side. It's technically a neutral venue for these finals, but it is a home ground for Ittihad. Bingo takes a shot. Going to trouble Ahmed's in the Wahda goal. Darko Milanic, back for a second spell in charge, took over in February after Jose Moraes left for Al Sharjah. Experienced manager in his late 50s now, has been at Maribor and Sturm Graz and Leeds United. Kadesh. Plenty of experience in both of these sides. Many who have played in some of the top leagues in Europe, some of the top clubs in Europe as well. Ittihad have several of them, so do Wahda. Christian Benteke leading the line tonight. Recent arrival from DC United in MLS. Dusan Tadic still going strong as well, the Wahda number 10. Aouar. Looking for the run of El Naziri. running in the early stages. Another arrival this year, joined in February, simply taking the place of Karim Benzema. There at the start of this season, struggled to fill the void left by the French striker. Zeri seems to be doing the job. 6 goals since arriving in all competitions in February from Fenerbahce. Danilo with Keller, exclusively used in the AFC Champions League Elite. Awad slipping through Alshinketi. Bergwijn was making a run into the box. Here is Bergwijn. Alshinketi. Ittihad players were crowded around the same area. A lot of options in the box. Canido. Ivkovic to his goalkeeper. Darko Milanic was full of confidence that his side can cause Ittihad all kinds of problems tonight. Despite their recent run of form, just 1 win in their last 11 in all competitions. Ittihad haven't been in the best form either. 4 defeats in their last 5. Sergio Conceição not quite as optimistic. Just think that they could win the competition, but said they have to be realistic because of the setbacks they faced this season. Not only is he trying to build something with his club, but lost some of their best players as well. Mentioned Benzema already, but N'Golo Kante too. It's Diaby trying to create something, wins a corner. Electric form Diaby in this competition this season, set up 5 goals. He's coming short here as an option for Bergwijn. Fabinho, one of the targets in the middle. Plenty of height in there for Steven Bergwijn to aim at. It's chested away calmly by Christian Benteke. Held up by Herbin. An opportunity here for Wahda to counter. El Minhali. Canido. Herbin. Giving the ball away. Mario Mitai. In the side tonight after being rested their last league game. Ivkovic trying to pick out Alshinketi. With Sergio Conceição's success as a head coach has come with Porto, a 3-time league winner in Portugal. On that as a player and a coach. Kick's gone the way here of Ittihad. It's Samawa, who's down on a heap on the ground. Jackson coming over the top of the Nigeria international. Shinketi. It's a good ball for Diaby. Full of tricks. It's a good ball in there. Zeri is trying to get on the end of it. Bergwijn unable to keep things ticking along. Mitai. Kadesh. Leave the throw for Mario Mitai. Greek-born Albania international. Shinketi. Diaby. Diaby will also have his sights on trying to make a late run for the France squad for the World Cup. Not been in the squad since 2024, not won a cap since 2024. Into the double figures for appearances for his country. This became when he was at Aston Villa. Jadson is forced back. Stepping in there, though, was Ivkovic. Diaby trying to wriggle away from Herbin. Keller take this free kick. Joined on loan from AK Limassol in February. Keller, who recently became a Cameroon international, sent off on his debut. Danilo, Diaby. Kadesh. This time once again from Awa. He's fouled by Jadson. Chance here for Ittihad to load the box if they want to. Steven Bergwijn will take charge of this free kick. Plenty up once again for Ittihad. Bergwijn with the clip delivery for Danilo. Not clear, and Keller into the side netting. Big deflection, big chance. Danilo, who was finding some space. Well hit volley from Stefan Keller. So another corner for Ittihad. Headed away first time once again by Benteke. Not seen much of him yet from an attacking sense, but doing his duty in defence from the corners. Kept in here by Herbin. It's a smart ball. Wrong footing Danilo. Canedo in the shot straight at Rajkovic. They move forward quickly there, Wahda. Showed a little bit of the threat that they carry, the UAE Pro League side. Moving at a frantic pace, though, in the early stage of this match. Danilo. Mitai. For Bergwijn. Against Saleh. Mitai, Bergwijn. Trying to exchange passes. Oh, overzealous from Mario Mitai. This is the chance for Wahda to get a big deflection. of Kalash. Teke wins that header. Trying to get on the end of it was Omar Herbin. Just left one on. Jag Rajkovic there. Referee telling Ittihad to play on. Keller. Kadesh. Itai. Rolls it back to Danilo. Keller to Bergwijn. Nice change of pace to get away from Jadson. Fabinho. The sort of player that you imagine Jadson, another Brazilian, would be looking up to. Cut from the similar cloth, the two defensive midfielders. Aouar. Good turn once again to Diaby, and the shot from Bergwijn appeals for a penalty. It will be checked. At the moment, it just got to settle for a corner. Bergwijn is adamant it struck the arm. Sure that Lucas Pimentel could have done a lot about it. His arms close to his chest. Referee has told the Ittihad players to snug in and set for a corner instead. I have to say, it would have been harsh. Diaby with the deep delivery to no one in particular, executed quite the way that he would have hoped, but Aouar's won it back. Bergwijn. Danilo trying to get past the referee. Itai. Danilo. A deep delivery in towards Kalash. And trying to poke it in. Was down to Ziri. Knocking on the door at Ittihad. And then Naziri almost managed to get enough on this. Let's put the ball into the back of the net. Almost that confident goalkeeping from Ahmad. Did enough. Kadesh. Forward for Naziri. Teke. Herbin. Finding Kineda. Just about keeps the ball in play, but Teke is there. And over the bar. The first half chance for the Belgian. Just about kept the ball in play. Teke has 2 goals in the domestic league. This is his first appearance in the AFC Champions League elite since making that move from DC United. Lots of space here for Ittihad. Mitai. Bergwijn. Back heel for Aouar. Diaby. Flipping the ball in towards Bergwijn, and Al-Naziri was there as well. And more appeals for a penalty from the Dutchman. It's a clever ball from Diaby, and Bergwijn, or maybe should have done better here. Off the toe. And wide to the target. forward from Ahmed. Canedo and Diaby jostling for the ball together. It's Canedo who comes out on top. Herbin. Tadic. Herbin. And I have to say that Kuczki may have been looking for that one. Nothing given by the referee. Now Shinketi. Ittihad playing with a back three out of possession, in possession. Danilo coming into midfield as that extra quarterback. Here's Benteke for Wahda, slips at just the wrong moment. Matai cleaning up. Fabinho onto Aouar. Sergio Conceição urging his players forward quickly. Diaby. Put the ball through for Endaziri to settle for a corner. Concern here for Diaby, who's gone down off the ball. Maybe just clips the heels. Impact injury that he might be able to shake off. This is the appeal for a free kick from Kuczki. So another corner for Al Ittihad. Steven Bergwijn will take this one. It'll be an in-swinger. Danilo, once again, one of the obvious targets. As Endaziri gone short instead. A bit of a waste. Fabinho, Matai, with the Brazilian. Not too much on that for Bergwijn. Salah. Canedo. Herbin. Canedo's continue with his run. Now Shinketi is quicker. He's not out of danger yet though. And he has conceded a corner. Looked like he'd won that race. Arnaud Shinketi had a bit of a mess of it in the end, and it's given an opportunity for Wahda. Do with this. The first corner of the game is flicked on. Lucas Pimenta getting his head on it. And almost finding Benteke. Like one from the training ground, that one. It's a little too high for Benteke. Winning the first header. It'll be a warning for Al Ittihad. And back to Ahmed. Ivkovic. Kuczki. Ivkovic. Pimenta. Herbin is pulled to the ground by Al Shinketi. Taken short by Herbin to Ivkovic. Ivkovic and Pimenta seeing a lot of the ball at the moment. Just trying to settle down a bit here, Wahda. Pimenta. It's gone the way of the home side. Big news for the AFC Champions League Elite today. It's going to be expanded pending ratification from the AFC Executive Committee to 32 clubs from next season. There'll be 16 clubs in the East and West regions. There'll be a knockout playoff round from the season after next. It won't be implemented next season due to the congested football calendar. Even more AFC Champions League elite football to look forward to from next season. Yet to be decided where those extra places will be allocated. And the detail will come out in due course. These have final sign-off from the executive committee. Ittihad for Ittihad. Bergwijn trying to spin his marker. Danilo urged to shoot. Instead goes to Diaby. And Aziri's gone down in the box. I'm sure the cross was going to reach him anyway. Appeals from the fans, which of course are mostly dominated by Ittihad supporters. Kitty, Awar, a combination of Awar and Kitty fouled. Heavy challenge from Jadson, and then clipping Awar as well. This was the shout for a penalty. Nissa and Naziri going down. No penalty given. Pained expression on the face of Sergio Conceição. I've seen his side create some half chances in this first period. Still goalless. It's over midway through this first half. Diaby though with this free kick. Diaby clipping the ball in, it's a clever one. Danilo was at the far post and it almost fell for En-Nesyri. There's a smart free kick from Moussa Diaby. Bergwijn. Bring the ball under control. It's just going to be a goal kick. He's run out of space here, Bergwijn. This is that chance for Ittihad. Actually, Stefan Keller, who pulled the ball across from the back post. Salah with the throw for Pimenta. Ivkovic, these two United Arab Emirates internationals. The switch nationality, Ivkovic from Croatia, Pimenta from Brazil. Both made their debuts internationally last year. Jansson. Sasha Ivkovic. Wahda will like the sound of this soundtrack. The Ittihad fans trying to make it as hostile as possible, but I don't know, they're just frustrating the home fans, but they've won it back here. An hour. Had to hold, play up. The support was slow to arrive. Back with Awar once again. Still Awar. Just the corner. Put a lot of effort in here. Just trying to get his breath back, Osamawa. Diaby's come across to take this corner. This time it will be an outswinger. Diaby's delivery away once again by Benteke. Former Aston Villa player to another former Aston Villa player. Didn't cross paths, of course. Tie for Awar, difficult one to bring down. See the night sky. Matai, Bergwijn. Danilo once again urged to shoot. This time he will. And straight at Ahmed. Does have one goal in the competition this season. Former Portugal international's been heavily involved so far tonight. Matai will not keep the ball in. Almost did himself a little bit of damage there, the overstretch. It's okay though. A little bit too far at the field. Salah, the referee's liking. He's protesting. He couldn't hear the referee. Tadic trying to hold off Matai. Salah's continued with his run. Yerbin to Tadic once again. He's clipped by Fabinho. There's a free kick in a fairly dangerous area here for Wahda. Fancy the chances with this opportunity. Ittihad hasn't had to be called into action too much yet. Tadic is a bit of an expert from these situations. Tadic with the clip ball in. It's been a Wahda header first, and then Krupski with the shot. Sliced high and wide. And Ittihad fans breathe a sigh of relief. On the field, the Serbia goalkeeper. Almost opened up there for Kerbin. Almost didn't expect the ball to come to him. Let's give the ball straight to Jansson here. Space to operate in. Tadic looking for Benteke. A lot that Benteke could have done with that. Tie closed down, and still the chase has not been given up here, and they've got away with that at Ittihad. Very sloppy at the back. Almost capitalising. Well, Zalman Harley. Communication between Mitai, Rajkovic. The goalkeeper redeeming himself. That was sloppy on Sergio Conceição's side. Mitai. Bergwijn. Danilo. Kadesh. Mario Mitai. Early threat from Ittihad. Seems to be nullified somewhat by Wahda in the last 10-15 minutes. Just need to grow into this maybe, but there's a chance here for Diaby. There's some space to run into. Still Moussa Diaby. Wouldn't fall kindly for him. The ricochet for the defender. There's that heavy touch there from the Frenchman. Retrieves the ball. Shinkitti looking for the foul, and eventually the referee blows his whistle. Look at this again. That's what the referee was going to give a foul for this from blowing, and then Kripski boot to the stomach of Shinkitti when he was on the ground. Not sure what the referee decided he's going to do with it, this situation. It's going to be a free kick for Wahda. By Ivkovic. Kind of a waste. Possession handed straight back to Ittihad. Mitai. Kadesh. Comes down by Benteke. Magically brought down by Aouar. So kind of frustrated figure, hasn't he, throughout this half. Not a lot going for him so far. Aouar. Hoping for the run there of Moussa Diaby. It just gives Wahda more time to settle. Pimenta. Salah. Pimenta with the long ball upfield. Adamant that it took a touch off of Ittihad player. It didn't look that way. Originally it looked like the throw had gone the way of Ittihad. The referee may have reversed the decision. Yes, he has. Salah to take this strike. perfect header, looking for Naziri. Fabinho wins it back. Bergwijn was slow with the round down the wing to offer support for Fabinho. Back with the Brazilian though, Mitai. Bergwijn. Hawar. Diaby thought about using Al-Shikiti. Here is the fullback. Delivery in, just about away. Fabinho is there. All away by Salah. Pressing from Naziri to close down Ahmed, but it's found its way here to Herbin. Surely not a free kick. He hasn't got his way, despite the protests of Omar Herbin. The star player for Syria. First ever Syrian to win the Asian Footballer of the Year award. Back in 2017 now. Danilo Keller. Stefan Keller stepping onto the field. Wide for Al-Shikiti. Diaby. Looser pass than you'd be used to seeing from Hawar. Wide to Mitai. Try to thread it through to Bergwijn. Intercepted. Tadic has set off on a run. Won by Benteke. Safely back to his goalkeeper from Fabinho. Very tidy player, Fabinho, still only 32, still very much part of Carlo Ancelotti's Brazil squad. Diaby. An clearance from Alvin Harley. The spin of the ball is, and Wahda can bring the ball away. Kirby. Tadic. Benteke in the middle. Tadic with a smart delivery. Well read from Danilo. Shaped to cross deep there, Tadic, and then hits it with the low cross instead. Almost caught out at Ittihad. Tadic once again. Canedo. Kripski drags his shot wide. Snatched at this. Facundo Kripski. Approaching the closing stages of this first half then. Still goalless in Jeddah. Last round of 16 match. Still we're no closer to finding out who Machida Zalbia will face on Friday. Fabinho. Mitai. Bergwijn. Hawar. Clipped delivery, and Naziri couldn't get it on the end of it. Ahmed will take some time out of the game here. Too simple for the Wahda goalkeeper. still literally bouncing Al Ittihad fans. They're doing as much as they can to try and urge on their side. Small number of Al Wahda supporters inside the stadium, vastly outnumbered. Giving chance of a taste of his own medicine there. The Brazilian's been combative throughout this half. Rich. Take does get a first touch to the ball. Keller. Nicely cleared to Ittihad. Fabinho. With Keller. Some hopeful ball forwards. Take's never really been a striker. He would win the foot race that far back. Just 1 minute of added time at the end of this first half. Stolen by Herbin. Collected by Rajkovic. Shinketi, Danilo, Herbin. Decides to bite Fabinho. Maybe one last chance for Al Ittihad. With space here for Moussa Diaby. Not a lot ahead of him. You have to go alone here. Is he Diaby? And then Naziri. Naziri still hasn't got his shot away. And a wasted chance for Al Ittihad. And that will be it for the first half. And well, that last opportunity just about summed up Al Ittihad's half. There's been plenty of promise and little end product. An electrifying run though from Moussa Diaby. And Naziri unable to get his shot away. There have also been some half chances too for Al Wahda. But still, no goals in Jeddah. And at half-time of this round of 16 match, it is Al Ittihad 0, Al Wahda 0. Welcome back, heading into the second half. It is goalless between Ittihad and Wahda. This last round of 16 tie in the AFC Champions League Elite Finals. The round of 16 in the West region incorporated into the finals due to the events in the region. So these one-legged ties mean that it has to be settled tonight. Extra time and penalties if needed. Ittihad Zelvia of Japan are waiting in the last 8. And that match will be played on Friday. Neither goalkeeper really troubled in that first half. Ittihad started strongly. Moussa Diaby in particular looking like a real threat, but I have to say he's been short of clear-cut chances. Wahda who get us started for this second half. UAE Pro League side. About to win in 5 matches. Trying to break that sequence with a run to the quarterfinals in continental competition. No changes from either head coach at the break. Now looking to slip in Diaby. Danilo, Fabinho. Diaby was coming back from an offside position. This competition offering a little bit of relief for Ittihad. It's been a long time since they've been competing for anything for the past few weeks. Titles long gone in the Saudi Pro League. A bit of rebuilding to do after losing the likes of Karim Benzema and N'Golo Kante. To find their identity under Sergio Conceição. Nice turn though from Diaby. He's likely to be the provider, and there is going to be a spark about Ittihad there, and he's somehow won it back again. And it's a decent delivery. Bergwijn was almost there. Jadson trying to get the ball away. Awar. And finally away. Electrifying pace from Moussa Diaby. Ganesh. Dropping deep is Naziri. Remarkable really there, Diaby, how he managed to retrieve his own pass. And Tadic jostling. All here for Tadic with it. It's a crucial touch in the end from Keller. The spin of the ball has kept it in for Ittihad. Bergwijn. Foul by Selleck. Lots of options on the bench for both sides. Roger Fernandez, the obvious one for Ittihad. As well as George Lenakina. Talented Spaniard, Arno Predas. Also waiting to be introduced by Wahda at some point if he's needed. As the Iranian striker plays up back and forth. Plenty in reserve. Should either head coach want to turn to his bench? Awar. high. Bergwijn's made the run. Hans is covered. It's just a goal kick. Atmosphere. Inside the Sport City Stadium. Whistles accompanying every touch of the ball from the Wahda players. As they grow to love it. Embrace the challenge. Salah. Good ball in towards Benteke, who's won the ball and put it into the net, and it's been ruled out by the referee, who only blew his whistle, I think, after the ball had hit the back of the net. So there might be a decision to be made here. Was that fairly won by Benteke? In a heap on the ground. Look of innocence from Christian Benteke. Yeah, it has been checked. No goal. To say that Mitrovic maybe not the most convincing goalkeeping. It will give Benteke a little bit of encouragement. The goalkeeper. And the free kick goes Wahda's way. Watching that though from Danilo and Tadic. They just got a stray arm to the face there, the Serbian. Danilo would have known too much about it. Thinking to his eye. Taking this free kick quickly towards Herbin. Covered by Rajkovic. Start from United Arab Emirates club. Pulled away here again at Ittihad. Krivsky, Saleh. Cut out by Kadesh. Mitai boxed in. So a little bit of help as well to find Fabinho. Another Wahda throw. Literally licking his lips at this start from his side. The half-time break, Salah. Stolen the ball back away from Bergwijn. This time it's a little bit of a relief for Ittihad. Awar. Air kick. Diaby, the ball off for Ashanketi. Danilo. touch on it. Jadson. Towards Benteke. And out for a corner to Wahda. Gathering momentum at the start of this second half. Herbin with the corner, hits the post. Did he mean that? Rajkovic, I think, would have had it covered. Could have caused him by surprise, though. Section of the Ittihad support. Can't see too much of an attacking sense from their side at the start of the second half on that lung-busting run from Diaby. Rich for Jadson. Kripski. Way by Fabinho. Herbin collects the foul on Danilo from Tadic. Again, our first yellow card of the game here. Dusan Tadic goes into the book. Apologised straight away, knew he got this wrong. Down, he was going for the ball, but it's poorly timed from the Serbian. Danilo there, he was only looking at the ball. Frustrating how Ittihad Wahda. Despite all the attacking talent assembled for Ittihad. Really got going since the break. Herbin. Canedo. Tadic. Overs. Dusan Tadic finds Kripski. And a save to make for Rajkovic. Kripski had been better off leaving that for Benteke. Shinketti. Not a bad ball. One in there for Ittihad. Tied. Forced back by Saleh. Desperately trying to get more out of his side. Awar. It's pulled out nicely. And Naziri. Needs a bit of support. That's it from Mitai.
Naziri to chase, bit of a mix-up between the goalkeeper and defender. Al Naziri not giving up. Finally, Ahmed gets the ball away. Keller to Mitai. And Naziri flicks it on. Shinketi, Diaby. Diaby's delivery punched away by Ahmed. Danilo, Fabinho. Diaby. Still with Diaby. Shot up by Kripski. Trying to flick. Better though from Al Ittihad. A bit more energy. Mitai. Bergwijn. Shinketi. Diaby. Diaby takes on his man and almost cuts it back for Shinketi. Cut up by Kripski. Trying to come away quickly with this. Wahda to Dusan Tadic and Krebin. And that's not the best challenge from the captain. There's desperation to keep the attack going. This was the chance out of nothing. Mix up between Pimenta and Ahmed. And Naziri couldn't divert the ball goalwards. Ittihad on the attack again through Diaby. Awar. In there out wide, has to go on his own. Gets the ball from Shinketi, good ball in. And a decent interception that from Ivkovic. Shinketi with the quick throw, and Naziri away by Kripski. Suddenly it's Wahda under the cosh. Fabinho. Mitai. Awar. Narrow for Ittihad. Here's Bergwijn though. Mitai. 1 foot Salah. Fabinho. Exchanging passes with Shinketi, whose pass is intercepted. Robin asking his teammates to settle things down. Stephen Bergwijn's gone down off the ball. Strapping on that left leg. Looks like that's going to be the end of his evening because Roger Fernandez has been readied. Stephen Bergwijn's number is up. Will it be a concern for Ittihad if they advance past this match? Bergwijn looking in a lot of pain. Roger Fernandez is their more than adequate replacement. Young Portuguese forward. It's one of the up-and-coming Portuguese talents, plays for the under-21s. Last year from Praga. There's 3 goals in this competition this season. Bergwijn with the player who's actually outperformed him from an attacking sense in this competition this season. Canedo. Gap in place might be what Wahda needed. They started this half so well. Ittihad's had a decent 5-minute burst or so there. Touching the ball for Fernandez. It's not a bad delivery. No one coming in at the far post though. Naziri in the penalty area. Two players down here. Teke and Fabinho. So both down. The referee has stopped play. Both seem to be stretching their legs out of cramp. A warm evening. Derby stage of the match now. Just over 20 minutes left. We're going to see extra time, possibly penalties. Way to go yet. Intercepted by Ivkovic, picked up by Aouar. Jackson wins the ball back, but unfairly, according to the referee. So a free kick for Ittihad. Taken by Moussa Diaby. Really bright his spark. Diaby clips it in towards Danilo. So that free kick. To bring the ball away through Krupski. Salah with the attempted give and go. Clearance, one by Fabinho.
done. Canado. Carabin. Tadic. His delivery goes out of play for a corner. When Christian Benteke is lurking, it's always going to be a danger. Ivkovic is coming up from the back, so is Lucas Pimenta. Omar Ervin will take this. Delivery, it's too long. Collected by Ivkovic, straight back into the penalty area again. Krupski, it is Pimenta who won the header. A sigh of relief from the majority of fans inside this stadium. Shinketti. Managed to keep that in for a moment. Changing coming then for Wahda, first of the match. There's a couple of changes. Saleh is coming off. The other player is that being withdrawn, but Guga is one of those who's been brought on, and so has Mohamed Kabani. Krupski has also been taken off. Kabani, Guga, players on. Changes for Wahda as well. See a slight change of shape. Fabinho. Aouar, tidy once again. Don't see much of his magic in this match yet. Fernandez. Gets past Guga. Decent delivery in, headed away. Collected by Aouar. Tadic away, the help of Frebin. Mitai. Fernandez. Back by Mitai. Aouar. Enesiri. He's going around the back there. Pimenta is down. Seems to slip there, Lucas Pimenta. Heading, can either of these sides unlock the other's defence in the closing stages of this second half? Faded slightly after that promising start. Still carry that threat. Enesiri with the high foot. Which actually got too much to the head. away by Keller. Got a little bit scrappy. Kadesh. Tai. Fabinho. Wayward ball forward. Down this Wahda side for Ittihad. We come into this as the favourites. But Wahda have already beaten Ittihad this season, 2-1 on the opening match day. That man wasn't in charge at the time. Jose Moraes masterminded that victory. Again. Forward now for Wahda. Tadic. Still Tadic lays it off. Herbin. Another corner then for Wahda. Needs to make the block. Stage of the match, the way it's been played out so far, I wonder whether one goal would be enough. The one opportunity is clipped in and headed away by Danilo. Krebin. Diaby takes the throw quickly. Smart thinking from him. El Naziri, all on his own though. 6 players back for Wahda. No one in support for Ittihad. Only Diaby is quick enough to see that throw needs to be taken quickly. Trying to bait the press from Wahda. No one blinking. Nicely headed on to Fernandez from El Naziri. Needs to get in the box now as well. Fernandez with a bursting run. Canido, good defending. Aouar's cross, collected by Ahmed. Wahda will come. Fallen nicely here for Krebin. And Benteke is through, and it's Christian Benteke! Straight to Rajkovic. It's the chance he's been waiting for all evening. And now the flag is up. And he would have been offside, Benteke. Wouldn't have counted. So maybe a little bit of a let-off then for Christian Benteke. It's a big chance. And a change then for Ittihad, and Moussa Diaby is being withdrawn. It looks like he can make things happen. And it's the end of his evening. Abdurrahman Alaboud will take his place. The AFC Under-23 Asian Cup squad in January. Regular full international for Saudi Arabia. After going through for Canido. This one back fairly. Mitai. Fernandez, accepted by Guigat. Teke, Jadsum. Too much for Canido. Canido would have been in the Porto Academy when Sergio Conceição was in charge of the club. Made a senior appearance for Porto before moving on to the UAE in 2020.
Back, but it's brilliantly kept in by El Naziri. Not like a lost cause. Alaboud. Introduction met enthusiastically by the fans inside the stadium. Majority of them anyway. It's won a corner. Rarity since half-time. It's Roger Fernandez who has taken over responsibility from Moussa Diaby. Fernandez with a delivery. Danilo is there and it's just wide. Big chance for Ittihad. Won the header, had to get that on target. In the end, it wasn't that close. Into the final 10 minutes. Stolen by Krebin, Khalido. With the Syrian. Kabani, Tadic. Kabani. Guga. Square to Ittihad. Forward from Ahmed. Picked out by Mitai. Fabinho. Ali. The longer this goes on, the better news it is for Machida Zelvia. Well rested by the time Friday's match comes along, the quarter-final. Marked out where he thinks the free kick should be taken. Tadic not that happy about it. Muttering away to himself. Tadic. Tells the dummy to Awar. Wide for Guga. Some time to pick out his cross, looking for Krebin. Away by Awar. Collected by Jadzel. Elman Harley. Livkovic. Ahmed. Loose pass. An opportunity here for Ittihad to come forward. Danilo. Alaboud. Kadesh. Ittihad. Awar. Trying to take the ball late. Work out for him that time. Appealing for more. The foul from Fabinho. Also, you see that referee mark out. West take a defensive free kick, and he's let it go anyway. Ivkovic. Ahmed Harley. Canido. Here is Canido. Crosses the area, away by Keller. Krebin. Canido is offside. That's when they were building something. Well, their work is done. Ittihad. Sometimes the problems for Wahda. Changes incoming. George Lenikeda. It's going to come on. He was signed as the replacement for Karim Benzema. Hasn't really worked out for him yet. He joined in February. Some big moments in the UEFA Champions League. Kadesh. Tai. Fernandez. Back by Guga. Ahmed Harley. It's off for Janssen. Nido's made the run, so it's Krebin. That needed a touch. Good defending from Keller. Awar. Trying to hold off Cavani. Alaboud. Danilo. Is there maybe at least one more chance? Can anyone take a chance to prevent extra time? Neither of these sides want to play the extra for a quarter-final on Friday. It's a mini tournament. Games come thick and fast. Awar. For the free kick, you get one. Touch from Krebin. Alaboud bursting into the area. Alaboud with a good cross and no one was there. Well, maybe that was the chance. Fabinho. Mitai. Fernandez. Fernandez takes a shot. Good block from Pimenta. Alaboud. Deep cross towards Awar. Appealing for a penalty. Nothing from the referee. Fernandez to the byline, and Awar again. Alaboud. That's all desperate defending from Wahda. And Terabin is fouled by Alaboud. Substitute is going to be cautioned. Three minutes of stoppage time, the end of this second half. At the moment, it's like we're heading to extra time. Confirmation of that yellow card for Ahmed Alaboud. It's a penalty shout. Gugat on Awar, who was given by VAR. Love it. Shinketi. And this Erie. Punching away by Gugat. Flurry here from Ittihad. The way the match has gone, quiet for long periods, and then everything comes at once. Krebin trying to set Benteke away. Rajkovic reads the danger. Keller, Danilo. Alaboud poking it through to Shinketi. Ivkovic is there first. Kadesh. Mitai into the final minute of stoppage time. Mitai. Heart-to-mouth moment for Keller. Krebin breathing down his neck. Well, that's it. No time for any more at the end of this second half, and we are heading for extra time. And who knows, possibly penalties at the end of it. Neither side able to break the deadlock in the regulation 90 minutes. So we'll play another 30. At the end of the 90, it's finished. Ittihad 0, Wahda 0. Extra time to follow.
Ittihad 0, Wahda 0. Start of extra time. And we're going to see a change from Wahda. Christian Benteke has been withdrawn. It's Caio Canedo is taking his place. Brazilian-born I remember his player. Canedo, who has scored 3 goals in the competition this season. Looking to get a decisive fourth here, and it'll be Wahda who will get extra time started. Both sides really struggled to create chances throughout the first 90. And we see a breakthrough. If not, settled by penalties. No changes yet from Ittihad. Didn't see George, I don't think Yenea was being readied. It's not come on yet for Ittihad. Still being kept in reserve by Sergio Conceição. Now Naziri, who's sort of spearheading this attack for Ittihad. Shows frustration, there's nothing in the middle for him. Mitai, Fernandez, and Naziri makes his way into the area. It's a hopeful ball for Fernandez though. Shinketi, Alaboons. Cross into the area, headed away by Comenta. Back into the area again. Seen out by Ivkovic. For Ivkovic. Canedo lets it run out. Canedo. Similar pattern of play in the start of this extra period. 3 sections of play by Ittihad during that first 90, where they have bursts of attacks for 3 or 4 minutes. They went quiet for a while. They weren't able to capitalise on a strong start to the second half. For a bit, in towards the substitute, Canedo. What a chance that was from Caio Canedo. It's like he almost expected to be offside. And he was completely unmarked. Keller switched off. Hopeful look to the assistant on the far side, and that is a big chance missed by Wahda. Can we go back to his goalkeeper? Mitai. Fernandez is coming back from an offside position. Guga upfield. Mitai. Fouled by Harley. Ziyech. Keller. 2 changes incoming for Ittihad. Luma, George Medikena. Now Shinketi towards the back post, and Naziri. Turn provider instead. Had to have a shot at goal. Not troubling Ahmed. Zion Ahmed gets play restarted to Pimenta, Ivkovic. Trying to skip past Mitai. On back though by the left back, Fabinho. Shinketi. We're going to see a triple change from Ittihad. Ruben Canedo. Stay down. Finally starting to get back to his feet. 2 Canedos on the pitch now. Here's Caio. It's that golden opportunity. It's moments ago. Tadic. Prebin. Right by Keller. Prebin again. Kobani. From Rajkovic. Keller. Danilo. Tight. Fabinho. Right for Fernandez. Several step-overs and wins the corner. And Naziri is expecting to be replaced here, and here come the changes. Mohamed Shinketi. One of the players being withdrawn. Awesome Hawar as well. It's not been his night. Particularly appreciated the referee trying to hurry along his way. Ahmed Ohandi coming on. And there is George Medikena. He'll take the place of Youssef Ben Naziri. Sao changing things up. See if they can make a change, make a difference to Ittihad. Corner taken by Fernandez. Fabinho is there. Almost fell for Medikena. Ahmed Ajuladin is the other player who's been brought on. Just the 3 changes made by Wahda. Darko Milinic. Handball against Caio Canedo. Mitai. Fernandez. Alaboud. Jardine. Nikena, playing the ball off of Fernandez. One back nicely. Milo Menhali. Go with Danilo. Work from Mitai. Alaboud. Lofting the ball into the area, easily for Ivkovic. Interesting to see what impacts George Lenikena can bring. Nigerian player who signed from Monaco. Very much looked at as the man to fill the boots of Karim Benzema. Upfield, Fabinho with the header. Wahda. Ivkovic stepping out of defence, finding Canedo. His namesake, Kaya Canedo. Against Keller. Caribbean. Tadic can get his pass away. Intercepted by Fernandez. Ittihad can come away with the ball now. Late on Alaboud. Nothing given by the referee. That's a problem for Alaboud. This challenge from it's from Jadsom, excuse me. And it's left the substitute down in a heap. It's just brought quiet to the raucous atmosphere inside this stadium, which is getting more nervy as we creep closer to the end of the first half of extra time. It's been a scrappy game, few chances. Very few saves for either goalkeeper to make as well. And Alaboud is going to need the stretcher on here, which is bad news for Ittihad. A yellow card here for Sergio Conceição. We didn't play back for that challenge. It's a confirmation of that booking for the Portuguese head coach. And this doesn't look good for Alaboud. More stoppage time to be added to the extra time. Alaboud is put onto a stretcher. This is the incident. Referee didn't play full play back here. Yeah, foul from Jadson. And that's why Sergio Conceição was quite so cross. In fact, Aboud is off the stretcher. He'll look to try and run this off. Two minutes then at the end of this first half. There might be more added on after that injury. Some more magic spray being applied to Aboud. A little bit of a break in a minute to get a little bit more treatment in the brief intermission between halves. Canedo, Zakayo Canedo. Still plenty of running in Ruben Canedo on this left-hand side. Tadic. Nice turn to get away from Aboud. He's back on the field. Looks like he's okay. He's continuing with his run. Keller. Juladine. Trying to find Menakena. Intercepted by Jadson. And this time it's a heavy challenge from Juladine. And into the book goes the substitute. Late from Juladine. Flying in all over the place now. It's like the tightness usually. Some of those fouls they're committed by substitutes not been on the field for that long. So Wahda going to try their luck here with this free kick. Dusan Tadic will take it. Taken deep. Danilo gets his head on it first. And that'll be it for the first half of extra time. And still no real clear-cut chances, still no goals. And we are creeping closer to the dreaded penalties. Both sides cancelling each other out at half-time of extra time. So Ittihad 0, Wahda 0. Ittihad to get us started then for the second half of extra time. Abdurrahman Al-Aboud had plenty of treatments in that brief interval. Heavy strapping applied to his ankle. Challenge near the back end of the first half of extra time. Time. Reminder, we'll have penalties at the end of this if needed. Chida Zelvia waiting in the quarterfinals on Friday. Al-Aboud cross into the area once again, headed away with ease by Ivkovic. Mitai. Hamdi. Line has now been changed for Al-Ittihad. Fernandez, Mitai, Nikena, Fernandez. Fernandez getting past his marker, getting his cross in. Man down in the penalty area. Protests from the bench. Nikena is down. What happened there? It's completely off the ball. This was the incident. Watch George Lineker runs into Sashi Ivkovic. Case of Lineker just watching the ball and not really knowing where he was going. It's incensed the Al-Ittihad bench. Of course, everything is checked by the video assistant referee, and this has been cleared. Fernandez. Mitai. Keller. Julidan. Kadesh. Mitai. Nikena. Fed through. Kept alive. Fernandez. It's a good ball in, and it's a brilliant header and fantastic save from Ahmed, straight at him. But Danilo, oh, what a connection this was. Look, destined for the net. Punched away this time by Ahmed. Mitai. On either side of Ahmed, and that would have been in. Such power on this from Danilo. Oh, he's such a free header. Maybe you would have expected him. Have time to sort of pick his spot. Now there's a player down. Vikram Jadsum, helped up by the referee. He's not had many saves to make. Zayed Ahmed, he's made a big one there. Not straight at him, but you have to have strong hands. Is that being helped off the pitch? And he's been given a yellow card for taking too long to leave the field. Slightly unnecessary one for Jadson. Because he was being replaced, and Gaston Suarez is on in his place. It's being played at a very slow pace. Weary sets of players out there. It's been a match strong on quality. Now there are appeals for time wasting. And well, here we go. I think there's a situation here, they're appealing here that someone has been cautioned by the referee in the midst of all that chaos, and the bench believes that someone's already been booked. Real confusion here. Janssen has been taken off. He's been substituted. And well, the bench is convinced that Janssen already had a yellow card. And looking at our statistics here, it didn't look like Janssen was booked. He was booked on the way off. They seemed to be adamant, the Ittihad bench, that Janssen had already had a yellow card. They're appealing that he received a second one. Anyway, it's all been brushed aside now. We're back underway. It's still 11 v 11. Janssen is off. On this place is Gaston Suarez, and we continue on into this last 10 minutes of extra time, which is boiling over a little. As things stand, we are heading to penalties to settle this round of 16 tie, with Machida Zelvia waiting in the quarterfinals. Syed Ahmed's also been showing a yellow card. Confirmation of that. Taking a little bit too much time for the referee. Coming thick and fast. The bookings, Kai Canedo, the latest to be booked. A foul on Fabinho. On by Ittihad. Julidan with the throw, quickly taken. Right four here for Handi. Deep cross will be collected by Ittihad. Ittihad. Slip through for Handi. Ricochet falls kindly for Ahmed. Omar Herbin. Suarez. Was down, tying his shoelaces. Uga. Tadic. Kai Canedo. Held up by Keller. No foul. Herbin. Suarez. Tadic. Ruben Canedo. Blocked by Julidan. Suarez. They are shot from distances, hopeful and wide.
optimistic shot from distance, took a deflection, and will be a corner for Al Ittihad. There's 5 minutes remaining of this second period of extra time. Roger Fernandez once again. Fans praying for the ball to find the net, and it almost does. This time it's Hassan Kadesh. Oh, he knew how big a chance that was. Much harder than Danilo's. Did well to get direction on it. More anguish. Been put through it tonight. Canido. Tried to lay the ball off for Tadic. Just missed the final touch. Now he's got to get back in position. Alaboods. Long looking for Fernandez. Will be collected by the Portuguese. Mitai. Mario Mitai. Roger Fernandez. Stefan Keller. Eyes and get their cross in. Blocked by Ruben Canido. Now he has gone down with cramp. More time out of the game. Another change. Ruben Canido we brought off. Be replaced by Babo Nazar. Well, the change is, the ball's been put up, but he hasn't come off the field, Ruben Canido. He's playing on with cramp here. Guga. Fabinho. All the way back to his goalkeeper. Hooked upfield by Rajkovic. And now they can make the change. So Ruben Canido is being withdrawn. Babo Nazar will come on in his place. He has put a shift in. Ruben Canido. He will not be one of the penalty takers. If, of course, we get there. 1 minute left to play in extra time. Guga upfield, intercepted by Mitai. You throw to Wahda. Not getting back in place. Now is not the time to concede. A weary looking Sergio Conceição. Fabinho and Mohamed Kobani squaring off. Keller. Danilo. Enikena. Hamdi.
3 minutes of added time at the end of this extra time. More agony for fans inside the stadium to go through. Fans of both of these sides being on the edge of their seat. Medicana. Danilo. Alaboods. Jordan. In towards Fabinho. And everyone is just a little tired. Everyone's on their last legs. For Fabinho and Lucas Pimenta cramping as they jumped for the ball and landed. Both of them having almost exactly the same reaction. Look at this. Fabinho going up for the header. Look at those men as they landed, cramped up. To Lucas Pimenta helping out Fabinho. Up for a little bit of time. We're heading towards an inevitable conclusion. Anyone change that narrative? Kerbin. Mitai trying to release Fernandez, who's still full of running. Kalesh with the header. Tie as well. It's collected by Keller. Julidan. Ittihad coming forward one more time. Now Julidan with a deep cross in towards Fernandez. Lenakena is there, and Alaboud was coming in. And he went down, nothing given. He stayed down in the area. He's calling for more help here as well. This was the chance. He's sticking his foot into the danger zone. And connecting with Baba Nazar. And VAR are checking this. We thought we were heading for penalties. Is there just going to be one? Oh, what drama this would be. Well, that's what's happening. They are looking at it. Wahda players surrounding the referee. There's nothing they can do about this. It's all about what's going on inside the booth. Nervous waits. Was there enough in that to warrant giving a penalty? The connection from Alaboud with Baba Nazar. If we see that signal, we are watching from the fans, and the referee will be sent to the screen. And he is in conversation with the VAR. It's all coming to a head, and the referee is going to look at the screen, and usually it means one thing, but he still has a decision to make here, the referee. So the VAR has recommended A review of this by Ilgiz Tantashev, who in the closing seconds now needs to decide whether this is enough to give a penalty. The challenge from Nazar on Alaboud. Really, it's well where the connection comes. Is it just before Alaboud or Weiss taking the shot? Does it change the outcome of the shot? He's threw himself in there. And you can see here Ilgiz Tantashev in constant discussion with the officials in the booth, and he's made a decision. We're going to hear what it is. It's a big moment. It's a penalty right at the end of extra time. And those fans are celebrating like they've already scored it. But the job's not done yet. The Wahda players incensed. They thought they'd done enough to hold on for a penalty shootout, and maybe they have. Still, someone needs to step up and hold their nerve. But this will be pretty much the last kick of the game. Fabinho has the ball in his hands. Red card is out here. And it's been shown to one of the Wahda staff. Frustrations boiling over. There's a lot to sort out here for the referee to try and calm things down before this penalty is taken. Still Fabinho with the ball in his hands. As we know, in that modern day football doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be the man who's going to take it. Is he just shielding things? Ivkovic has now been shown a yellow as well. Just when everyone looked like they were starting to step away, back in come the Ittihad players to protect their captain. Now the referee sends everyone out of the penalty area. And it's going to be Fabinho, who's waited a long, long time, trying to keep his composure. All that experience, the Brazil international. He is a UEFA Champions League winner. He's trying to get Ittihad one step closer to the AFC Champions League elite title. The skipper with the pressure all on his shoulders, with what will surely be the last kick of the game. A chance for Zayed Ahmed to make himself a hero for Wahda. Fabinho against Ahmed to take Ittihad through to the quarter-finals of the AFC Champions League Elite. And he scores! The coolest head inside the stadium. Fabinho has surely taken Ittihad through for a meeting with Machida Delvia on Friday in the quarter-finals. And will there even be time to restart the match beyond the kickoff. We were already deep into stoppage time in extra time. Oh, what drama at the end of this round of 16 match. And these round of 16 games have been full of drama. But it was this incident between Baba Nazar and Abdurrahman Al Aboud which set up this opportunity for Fabinho. And relief for that man there. And joy for those Al Ittihad fans. Heartbreak for Al Wahda. And I'll find it hard to sleep tonight. And it appears the referee may have blown the final whistle, so there was no time to restart. The handshakes for those that want them. Now one going on the field, and that looks like it's it. And Ittihad are through to the quarterfinals of the AFC Champions League Elite. And Machida Zelvia will be their opponents on Friday. Oh, what a way to end a match which lacked drama. We got it all right at the end. The 10th minute stoppage time of extra time. Al Ittihad are through to the quarterfinals. It has finished Al Ittihad 1, Al Wahda 0.